Have you ever wondered why some people can drink a whole glass of milk, while others take one sip and their stomach launches a full-scale rebellion? Well, today, we're diving into the wild battle happening inside your gut every single day. Lactose versus lactase, the ultimate digestive showdown. And trust me, the history behind it will blow your mind. Stay till the end, because the final fact explains why 70% of the world is lactose intolerant, and you might not even know it yet. Welcome back to NutriClinic by Miss Calm, the place where we break down complex health science into simple, fun stories your gut will thank you for. Today we're answering a big question. Why do some people digest milk easily while others can't? And more importantly, did our ancestors even drink milk at all? The answer is not what you think. Let's begin with the characters in this story. To understand what happens when you drink a glass of milk, we need to zoom in, way down to the molecular level, and meet the two main characters in this digestive drama. Imagine lactose and lactase as two key players in a story that unfolds inside your small intestine every single time you eat dairy. On one side, we have the challenge, and on the other, the champion ready to face it. First up, meet lactose. This is the natural sugar found in milk and all sorts of dairy products, from cheese to yogurt to ice cream. Chemically speaking, lactose is a disaccharide, which is a fancy way of saying it's a large sugar molecule made of two smaller, simpler sugars bonded together, glucose and galactose. Think of it like a heavily fortified treasure chest with two padlocks. It's a fantastic source of energy, but there's a catch. In its large, double-locked form, it's too big to pass through the walls of your small intestine and into your bloodstream. Your body can't use it as is. It's a sweet but tough nut to crack. And that brings us to our hero, lactase. Lactase is a special type of protein called an enzyme. Enzymes are biological catalysts. They're like highly specialized workers that speed up specific chemical reactions in the body. And lactase has one very specific, very important job. It's produced by the cells lining your small intestine, waiting patiently for lactose to arrive. Lactase is basically the custom-made key designed exclusively to unlock lactose. When lactose from that glass of milk arrives in your small intestine, the lactase enzyme latches onto it. With a perfect fit, it swiftly breaks the bond holding the two smaller sugars together, splitting the large lactose molecule into easily digestible glucose and galactose. These simple sugars are small enough to be absorbed through the intestinal wall and used by your body for energy. When you have enough lactase, this process is seamless. Lactose is broken down, absorbed, and you feel great. You digest dairy smoothly. But when you don't have enough of this key enzyme, the story takes a turn. The double-locked lactose molecules can't be broken down or absorbed. They continue their journey from the small intestine into the large intestine, where they cause all sorts of trouble. This is what leads to the classic symptoms of lactose intolerance: bloating, gas, cramps, and diarrhea. Now here's the fascinating biological twist. For almost all mammals, producing lactase is a temporary gig. Most babies produce a lot of lactase. This makes perfect sense from an evolutionary standpoint, because their primary source of nutrition is their mother's milk, which is rich in lactose. But as we grow up and wean off milk, our bodies are genetically programmed to dial down lactase production. For most of humanity, this decline is completely normal. Your body expects you to stop relying on milk after childhood. But thousands of years ago, in certain populations, a random genetic mutation occurred. This mutation essentially flipped a switch, telling the body, "Nope, we love milk. Let's keep the lactase factory open for business, forever." This trait, called lactase persistence, gave these groups of people a huge survival advantage, allowing them to get vital nutrients from the milk of domesticated animals throughout their adult lives. And that small genetic change completely altered the course of human nutrition, migration, and history. For most of human history, every adult was lactose intolerant. It was our default setting. The gene for producing the lactase enzyme simply switched off after infancy. Then, around 10,000 years ago, The agricultural revolution led to the domestication of animals, and suddenly, milk was a new, nutrient-rich resource. There was just one gut-wrenching problem. Adults couldn't digest it. But then, a random genetic mutation occurred, getting stuck in the on position. This fluke meant these individuals could produce lactase their entire lives, developing lactase persistence. This was a superpower. During famine, the family that could digest milk survived, passing the gene to their children. This is one of the fastest evolutionary changes ever documented in our species. But here's the wild part. Even today, most of the world population still doesn't have the lactase gene. Lactose intolerance. Stats. 90% in East Asia, 70–80% in Africa, 50% in South America, 15–30% in Europe, around 36% globally in the USA. So if milk upsets your stomach, you're not weird. You're actually normal. Lactase persistence is the mutation. Lactose intolerance is the default human setting. Mind blown yet? So, how does this ancient genetic switch affect our lives in the 21st century? The impact is huge, starting with our daily nutrition. For the majority of the world's population who can't produce lactase, navigating the modern food environment requires some smart choices. Thankfully, there are more options than ever. Plant-based milks, like almond, soy, or oat milk, are naturally lactose-free. Another great option is lactose-free cow's milk, where manufacturers simply add the lactase enzyme directly to the milk, pre-digesting the lactose for you before it even hits your lips. What about cheese and yogurt? Hard-aged cheeses like cheddar or Parmesan have very little lactose left because the aging process breaks it down. And yogurt is a special case. The live bacterial cultures it contains produce their own lactase, acting like tiny helpers that digest the lactose for you. Next, let's talk about gut health. When someone without lactase consumes lactose, the sugar travels undigested to the large intestine. There, two things happen. First, it draws water into the gut like a sponge, which leads to diarrhea. Second, gut bacteria begin to ferment it, producing gas as a byproduct. This fermentation is the culprit behind the classic symptoms: bloating, painful cramps, gas, and general gut inflammation. This can even trigger flare-ups for people with conditions like irritable bowel syndrome or IBS. In fact, many people who think they have IBS might actually have undiagnosed lactose intolerance. It's a crucial myth to bust. This isn't a food allergy, which involves the immune system. It's a digestive issue, pure and simple. This widespread biological reality has also created a massive economic opportunity for the food industry. The market for products catering to lactose intolerance is booming, now valued in the billions of dollars globally. We're seeing incredible innovation, from lactase enzyme drops you can add to any dairy product, to convenient tablets you can take before a meal. The lactose-free aisle is also expanding rapidly, offering everything from ice cream and cream cheese to sour cream, ensuring no one has to miss out on their favorite foods. Finally, this single enzyme has profoundly shaped personal identity and global cultures. Some cuisines, particularly in Northern Europe, are built around milk, cheese, and cream. In contrast, many traditional East Asian diets use dairy sparingly, if at all. This isn't a matter of right or wrong. It's a direct reflection of our shared evolutionary journey. Whether your ancestors were pastoralists on the plains of Africa or farmers in Southeast Asia, their relationship with dairy left a genetic echo. From our diets and agricultural practices to global trade and food traditions, the story of lactose and lactase is a powerful reminder of how a tiny molecule can shape the entire human experience. Here are quick examples to make it relatable. Example 1. Your friend drinks a large milkshake. Feels fine. You drink the same milkshake. Your stomach turns into a washing machine. They have more lactase. You have less. Example 2. You eat cheese pizza and you're okay, but you drink straight milk and you're not. Cheese has less lactose. Milk has more. Example 3. You're fine with yogurt but not ice cream. Yogurt contains bacteria that help break down lactose. So now you know. Every time you eat dairy, there's a microscopic battle happening inside your body. Lactose versus lactase. Sugar versus enzyme. History versus evolution. Your genetics versus your plate. If this blew your mind, hit like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments, are you lactose intolerant or lactose powerful? And if you want to learn exactly why your gut reacts the way it does, watch my video on the hidden gut triggers you ignore every day. Your health journey starts here. Let's grow together.